Welcome back to another video. Let's go plant some peanuts. First up, and the imidacloprid. Got to put that all in the tank here. We're just doing no starter fertilizer. We're just doing water with the insecticide and then this peanut inoculant. This is supposed to be the good stuff that gives us good yields. Next up, got to fill up some hydrohume. Well, let's head to the field. And we're off. We're planting peanuts. Had a few kinks to work out. We couldn't get it to plant. It was very strange. I didn't figure out why. And then I realized, oh wait, my master switch down there was off. So I just had to turn that guy on and we were ready to go. Made one round and then I had to fill up again. We are doing circle tracks, so it's, I don't even know how many feet it is to do from this end to that end. Well, all I know is one round that I just barely did was 12 acres, so not too bad for one planter full. I barely made it to the end, so with one planter full I can do about 12 acres worth of peanuts. So it's not a lot, but it's actually pretty decent for even having the extensions on there, so it's pretty good. We're currently doing 72,000 seeds per acre. We did the math on the seed tender that we had about how much pounds we filled up, and we're roughly doing 130 pounds to the acre. So we're kind of in the ballpark where we want to be. We'd almost maybe consider doing like 140 pounds or 135, but I think we're happy with what we have right now. So we're just going to leave it here. I did just make one small adjustment to my liquid because I was applying a little bit too much of that. I also calculated how much I had left in my tank versus how many acres I did. So I just toned it down just a little bit. It was using just a few more gallons than what it should. So now that that's dialed in, going about 5 miles an hour for first day planting, I'm surprised we didn't have more issues. Fingers crossed, but so far so good. I mean, yeah, it is only the second round, but hey, it's not bad. I thought for sure we'd be having a lot more issues, but we did go through the planters a lot last year, and I think it paid off. Got about 66 acres done so far, and my front tank is just about empty. It's supposed to last about 60 acres, so I feel like I got it pretty close. So we'll see if I'll run out or not. I'm always watching, there's a little gauge right there. I'm always watching that to make sure it stays right at 15 pounds. If it goes below it, then I know I ran out. We normally don't like to plant the peanuts without that inoculant because it is that important. We've literally noticed it across the fields before where one row maybe quite didn't put enough inoculant down and it's got all yellow. It never grew as big, it's never as good, but that inoculant, that's good stuff. It really produces, makes your peanuts produce a lot more than normal. And then we're back to it. We're still filling up every round, so it might be like that for a while. We've only got, well, we got more than 60 acres done, but it's only the last 3 towers. Let's just turn this guy down a little bit. You're a little way too loud. We've only done the last 3 towers so far, so by the time we get to, I'd say about halfway, then we're finally going to be able to do maybe 2 rounds. So then it'll feel like there'll be a little bit more progress. It'll just be more turning around, less filling up, but same amount of acres. I think now I'm towards the point where I can make 2 rounds, so I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. Running pretty low on seed already. Let's hope I can make it to that end. This is the 2nd round already. All these bars are going a lot crazier now. That's because when you get to the bottom, of the tanks or the boxes, then you start getting a lot more halves or splits in the peanuts, and then that's why it's planting doubles. That's just what it does with peanuts when you get to the bottom of the boxes. Nothing you can do about it. You don't really want to lower your seed rate, because sometimes those splits, those halves, they won't actually germinate. So you kind of want them to just still plant the way it was planting. But if we're from seeing this, I'm close to the bottom, so I hope I can make it to the end. Nope, didn't make it. That one row is plumb out of seed. Almost to the end though. Just filled her up real quick. Now I gotta back up all the way back to where I ended. And now slowly it's gonna start readjusting itself back to the middle where it's supposed to be. But now I know I can't quite make it 2 rounds, so I guess I gotta do maybe a couple more rounds, just singles, and then I'll maybe, like, in a couple minutes, if we have enough seed for today. If we don't have enough seed, then, you know, I'll have to finish the rest tomorrow. But maybe after a couple of rounds, then I can start doing 2 rounds instead of 1. Looks like this will be the last round that I do. And then I'll be out of liquid fertilizer. And I guess we'll just call it a day after that. Fill up fertilizer in the morning. Because well, I guess not fertilizer, inoculant. The inoculant that we put in there, you're not supposed to mix a batch more than what you're gonna use. If you leave it in there overnight, by the next morning it's completely void, because the first stuff that we put in there, it has like microorganisms in there and stuff. It's supposed to be all living. It's supposed to actively help. So if you mix it, because there's like 2 different, there's a pouch and then there's like a little bottle. You gotta mix them together and then pour them in your tank. You have X amount of time to use it. If you wait too long, then it's like if you have nothing in there, it does nothing. So instead of pre-mixing and only using partially for not being able to have enough seed for today, we'll just do it tomorrow, because then we can always get more seed if we need to, and we can finish it all. It's not, we don't have, you know, you get the point. And that's it for today. Well, we're back the next morning, and I'm gonna hook on the seed tender right here, bring it back to the field. I just barely finished filling up the tractor, filling up the tank in the front with more liquid again, and filling up the Hydrohume in the back. So I'm gonna bring this over there. I already got a foiler over there, so I can drive back and go get the tractor. See how easy this guy's gonna start in the morning. Might need to drive forward a bit, as it would. There we go. And we're ready to go again. Well, I got myself another screen. I took it out of our 370 since we weren't really using it in there. Told my brother to bring it with because he was using it. I told him to bring it with today, or yesterday evening, and he gave it to me today, but he didn't bring the bracket, so now it's just kind of sitting there on the floor. But tomorrow I'll put the bracket on there, and I'll have 2 screens. That one will be mainly just the planter, and this one will be, I can monitor the hydraulics, GPS, a couple of other things, quick changing the fields and whatnot. So kind of been messing with this, getting that all situated. This field is now done. Gonna just fold up and head to the next one. Covered almost 170 acres. Well, it looks like we're done planting for the day, so I'm just gonna park it right here at the shop. Just gonna unfold it like this. We're gonna finish planting, or continue planting, maybe about Monday. Sunday's supposed to be very chilly again. It's supposed to be a nice colder day, only like highs of 55 to 60. So we're gonna continue planting then. What we planted today should be fine, but we're not in too big of a hurry yet because it is still pretty early. It's only April 18th. It's a lot earlier than what we normally plant. We normally wait till, I don't know, May 1st. That's usually when we start planting, but we'll finish the rest on Monday. But as for now, I do appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all guys in the next one.